Hey, welcome back everyone, and welcome to anyone that's new. I do like to thank you guys that take the time to listen to my ramblings and watch my content, even though it's kind of mixed. If you're new to my channel, you'll probably hear background noise. I'm out in the garage most often because I'm filming at night while I'm working on some projects. And road noise, that's part of life in the Philippines. Perfect example. So anyways, I want to talk about the storm that just blew over. It was a Category 5 typhoon, I guess is what they call it out here. But if you're from the US, you're going to call it a hurricane. And out here they called it Karding, was the name for it. And you'll see in the graphic I put up that it literally flew right over our heads. I mean, typically when there's a storm out here, it's either to the north or to the south, but this one went straight over where we were at, and it really did a number on the coast, which it always does, right? So I'm not going to say it was not a bad storm, because it was. There's a lot of people that lost their homes, a lot of crops were damaged again. Power outages in other areas were happening, and just a lot of property damage. There wasn't a lot of loss of life, but there was some lives lost, including some rescuers. So yeah, you know, I don't want to make light of this storm, but from what I can tell and from some of the clips you might see here, in my prep for it, because you know, I plan for power outages, I plan for flooding, I plan for a lot of stuff that typically happens here, right? And it has happened to me multiple times over the last 16 years. So I planned for that, and I was mildly surprised that it appears the storm broke up once it made landfall on the coast, yet continue to move across the island quickly. Again, road noise, sorry about that. But I mean, we had a large amount of wind and rain, and I tell you what, from what I've heard, about 10 p.m. at night, the local river that typically overfloods, the one that floods my my other house when this happens, was about a foot from going over the wall. So it was close, but thankfully it didn't breach the wall. There was no flooding other than localized street flooding, which happens during any large rainstorm anyways. So, you know, being a prepper, I'm like, okay, great. I got an opportunity to really make sure I got my stuff in line. I'm ready to go if there's a problem. And we didn't even lose power where I'm at. The power did flicker off and on for a little bit, as you might see in one of the videos clips I put in here. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like a regular, normal storm. Now, again, I know it was a Cat 5, and I know it wreaked damage on the coast. I was watching a news report, and I'll link several news reports in the description so you can see the actual footage from the coast where it was a for sure storm. But some of these people lost their houses 2 years ago in a storm, and then they just lost it again. And it makes me wonder if they're in a bad location to build, right? But maybe they're there for other reasons. Maybe that's the only land they own. I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate. But yeah, overall, I was ready, and nothing happened, and I'm not disappointed. I'm actually glad that there was no problems or issues here with us or our friends and family. And until the next storm, or the next issue, I think I'm just going to keep adding my preps, and I'm going to keep making sure that I have things ready for the time the events happen. It's going to be a short video, but I do appreciate your views. Anything you want to put down in comments, please do. I will answer them. I appreciate any feedback, I really do, because it helps me formulate my thoughts and my ramblings more cohesively, and then I can probably provide you with some little bit better content. But this is just a short video regarding the Karding storm that blew over us the other night, and some information. I was ready, nothing happened, and we're all good. So again, not to take away from people that got hit by this storm, but I'm thankful that for a storm that went directly overhead, Category 5 hurricane, typhoon, we came through it pretty good. Again, I appreciate everyone watching. If you watched all the way to the end, I do appreciate you hit the like button. Those likes add up. And with that, I will bid you adieu. All right, so it's 5:40 p.m. Sunday night here, and the storm hasn't gotten a lot stronger that I can see. I'm not going to go upstairs because it is raining, but the water is continuing to come down. Now the power's been blinking on and off, so you know, guys across the street are putting up their sandbags. They know they're going to have some flooding over there. I'll probably have flooding here in the front, but I race this whole property, so a whole lot of people have to flood before I would. But definitely the rain still coming down fairly steady. I'm not sure why the power is flicking back and forth. That might be due to load somewhere else on the grid. But yeah, the power's been flicking on and off like milliseconds, right? It hasn't even tripped any of the machines. But typically when I see that, that's going to tell me we're going to have power issues later when the actual storm hits us and it gets really nasty. So anyways, I'll keep updating you guys. We'll walk this storm through the process and see if I have some good content. You guys have a good night. All right, it is 8:30 p.m. Sunday. I was expecting the storm to be a little bit stronger, I guess, at this time. Maybe it's going to be later in the evening. The wind has definitely picked up. And obviously it's still raining. It's been raining non-stop. So, yeah, I got to get a gutter or something for that. But yeah, it's, you know, other than a little bit more wind, which I can definitely feel. Maybe you can see it here if I want to peek around the corner a little bit. Yeah, you see it, you know, steady rain and definitely some wind. No street flooding yet. And actually the power's gotten pretty stable. So maybe it's not going to be that nasty, or maybe it's just too early in the evening and I haven't given it enough time. All right, well, that's my 8:30 p.m. update. Let's see how it goes. All right, it's 11 p.m. and the rain's actually picked up, but according to the radar, it's directly over us right now. There's a lot of water coming down. All right, so it's raining pretty good. I mean, obviously, I got some street flooding out here. You can see it out here, but it's not horrible. I haven't heard any loud thunderclaps or anything. I mean, it's just raining. It's dumping rain. But, I mean, it's right on top of us right now. And if this is the worst, then I think we're going to be just fine. So, definitely windy as well. I think this storm blew in and blew over really quick, which is good. So if it was hovering, it was going to dump a lot more rain. Anyways, I'll give you an update if there's anything else that happens. And so far we're doing all right. It's the 11 p.m. Sunday update.